Okay, let's deem this point as the start of the live stream. The actual topic of the stream, which is the second trailer of Broly. And I mean, oh my god, what a trailer! It seems we'll get lots of retcons, quote unquote, let's say. But, I mean, we're talking about Dragon Ball, and retcons are stuff that, well, Super established them, let's say, pretty nicely. Oh, my net is really bad, huh? I I can't do anything about that, sorry guys. I'm just gonna try to do this stream and whoever enjoys it, enjoys it. Oh, Post Animation says, OMG, Broly Kid and Goku Kid are so cute. Yeah man, they're so cute. I still think that Vegeta in his, let's say, young form is such a kawaii figure. You know, it's really underrated, the fact that small Vegeta is an adorable Vegeta. He's almost like Bakugo. Also, Boost says, almost cried when I saw Broly. Oh yeah, man, and as far as the trailer goes, I think King Vegeta was supposed to send him away to a planet that Broly would have a hard time or something like that. And as I think it was a movie producer or something like that, I might be wrong, don't quote me on that, had said that Paragus this time around in this movie will be a tragic figure. And that's really interesting because I want to see what's really the point of Broly as a character in this specific movie and what changes they will implement to the original one. Also, Boost says, I think Broly is a role like the poor kid that have to do things doesn't want to. Yeah, it's basically mostly like the first movie that... But in the first movie, well, Paragus was using him for his own selfish desires. But I think someone will be using Broly again this time around. I don't know who, I don't know for what person, for what purpose. And probably Paragus will control him too, but I don't know the specifics, we still have to see that. Majin Blue says, the art of Super Saiyan Vegeta reminds me a little bit of Super Vegeta vs Cell's second form. Well, I think that was the idea, and maybe they wanted to pay an homage, let's say, to, you know, the original pose you are referencing. And yeah, it's a pose that fits Vegeta, and you can't really think of any other Dragon Ball character more fit, maybe Piccolo, but this pose is made for Vegeta, you know. Retro Ranter says, I've been thinking up so many ways this movie could go. I hope we get to see Broly having to fight to survive as a kid. Then, welp, maybe he kills or beats Frieza, takes the ship and heads to Earth. That would be awesome, just, you know, like a Saitama figure, throw an OP character right there, destroy everything and let's have him go to Earth. Majin Blue says, oh my connection sucks, so damn I gotta come back later. Okay MB, no problem. Just to check on everyone else. I know maybe the stream isn't like perfect in the stream quality, but is it like bearable? Give me a hint here. Oh, I think the stream has like ultra delay because some of your answers come a bit later than expected. But yeah, okay. Let's keep on talking about Broly's second trailer, and we'll see how the stream goes. Anyways, whatever. So yeah, expanding. Oh, it's good for you, retro. Then maybe it's actually a bit good because maybe I could save it later and have it up on my channel. I don't know. I'll think about it. So, referencing what Boost said earlier, that he almost cried when he saw Broly, I think this movie will be tragic, and we will get to see a lot of character development, let's say, between these three Saiyans. Because in this second trailer, we really saw, they really emphasized, let's say, the differences between the upbringing of each Saiyan and the circumstances that they were into while they, they left the planet, let's say. Oh, hi, Zan. Sorry, I was a bit monologuing there. Yeah, it's a bit delayed, but I think it's not as much delayed as I think it is. So yeah, this is exactly what I wanted as a Dragon Ball movie, because I really wanted a Dragon Ball movie that emphasizes on the tragic aspects of Dragon Ball, which there are a lot. I mean, besides the obvious choice of Frieza versus Saiyans and whatever happened between them, most of the characters in Dragon Ball have pretty tragic backstory if you think about it. From the Saiyans to the androids to even Cell, and well, maybe you could say that about Boo, but not really, because he's not, let's say, intelligent enough to know that his whole life was a bit disastrous and causing planets to be destroyed and going on rampages and all those sort of stuff. Zaran says, I'm glad we're getting a movie adaptation of Goku's origin. I'm really curious on how much new information it will give. Boost says, have to go now, man. I'll come later if the stream will still go on. Later. Okay, man. See you later. Yeah, I really like that. The fact that they are bringing Goku's origin back, and really explaining it this time, because I remember actually watching a Masako X's video, you guys might have seen it too, which was about the history of the Saiyans as a race, and I always thought of this topic because the history of the Saiyans isn't really easy to document from what we currently have, from let's say, I don't know, from the actual anime that has a lot of filler and all those sort of stuff that confuse whatever happened really, quote unquote. The TV special with Bardock, the movie with Hatsuyuk, and the whole Tsufuru plan to eradicate the Super Saiyans and whatever. Dragon Ball GT with the baby arc and retelling of what happened with Planet Vegeta. We have all those stuff that are really not easy to connect to each other. And whilst I don't really like Dragon Ball Minus as the way of Goku's origin, because for me personally it seems like a Superman ripoff, it's not really special. I really want to see it, and I don't think it will quote-unquote mess the movie up. We will see Goku's origin, we will see Broly's origin, we will see Vegeta's origin, all those sort of stuff in a parallel sense. So I am excited, I'm optimistic, and I don't really emphasize on which scenario they will choose to to mention Goku's origin. So, Retro says, I've wanted Saiyan history for ages. It does look tragic. I hope that, sorry, I hope that's the tone throughout the movie. Till Goten and Trunks turn up. The cameos in this movie are crazy though. Frieza Force. Yeah, man. We saw in the trailer the Frieza Force. The whole Frieza Force. King Cold. Captain Ginyu and his force. It's really special, and I really liked that. Not really liked the fact, but I really liked the color scheme they chose for the redesign of early Frieza, let's say. But, well, I didn't think they would redesign him. I thought there wasn't really a reason to do that. But maybe they'll do something like he was young back then, now he's older, and his skin evolves, or something like that. We don't know anything about Frieza's clan, you know. Retro says also, they better still have Bardock try to stop Frieza. Please. I don't know, man. If they're trying to follow Dragon Ball Miners to the T, I think they won't do that. They will like have both Bardock and Gina as the tragic figures that saved their child, and they were just, you know, obliterated with the rest of the planet from Frieza's supernova. Oh, hey Boost. Boost is back, everybody. Oh, also, now that we're on the topic of Boost, Boost Animation is actually making his own Dragon Ball fan series, animated, which is called Dragon Ball Beyond, and he does a lot of live streams that he shows us the behind the scenes, how he animates the whole series, so you should subscribe to him. His streams are real fun, and I can't wait for Dragon Ball Beyond Episode 1 to come out, which I know it's really soon, if I'm right, Boost. So yeah, back on the topic of Broly. Yeah, we were discussing the fact that there were gonna be a lot of cameos, let's say, from Frieza's past soldiers. We also saw Charbon, Dodoria, the aforementioned Ginyu Force, and a lot of people, I think, they're gonna be a little unsatisfied with King Vegeta's redesign, which I can understand, and I personally don't really like it, because King Vegeta seems like they just took some of the necklaces and all those tingly stuff that Broly had in the original movie and just put it on King Vegeta. And King Vegeta's design in the past was really good because it was really minimal, you know. It was just the armor, the awesome, let's say, dark red tone of tights, and just a simple necklace on his neck. And that was really epic because he might be the king, but he doesn't need a lot of jewelry, let's say. Also, Retro says, naked Frieza is a little scary. Looks strange without the white. And lol, I said that about the aging with Frieza too. Oh yeah, I didn't see about it in any tweet or, you know. But yeah, I think they will go for something like that, or they will just either not really even mention it. They will just have us to assume that Frieza like aged to have this sort of skin. Well, but anyways, Frieza's skin is not really the point of this movie. Retro says, he doesn't look... What? He doesn't look as Vegeta as... Well, Vegeta. Yeah, I mean... I don't really know what to say to that. Do you mean like King Vegeta isn't really similar to Vegeta? As in the facial, let's say, characteristics. Because if that's what you're saying, I agree to that. I think they tried to give King Vegeta a more, let's say, brute appearance, because he's a Saiyan and he's the king of the Saiyans, and Saiyans and brutes and all that sort of stuff. Boost says, King Vegeta looks like a character from another anime. Yeah, I see your point. They just didn't really go with just take Vegeta's design and put on a small beard on that. They changed the whole ice apes and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, you could say that that's just the result of a different animator working on the specific scene and all that sort of stuff. But from all the scenes we saw that featured King Vegeta, his design was pretty consistent, so we can safely assume that King Vegeta's design will be more brute in appearance and more like, how should I describe it? Okay, for those of you that have seen Berserk the anime or have read the manga, it's like taking a brute, small boss type of villain from Berserk and putting him in the Dragon Ball universe and just putting on a Vegeta wig and a beard and all that sort of stuff. Oh, don't worry, Retro, I got what you meant. And you say he looks just like a taller Vegeta with a cool beard. Yeah. I don't know, there were many stuff in this trailer that we kinda already knew that would happen. But I'm really intrigued as to what exactly is going on with the relationship between Paragus and King Vegeta and Broly. Because I don't really get why Broly's Paragus son had to be sent away to a frontier world, as King Vegeta I think said. And of course Paragus having objections with it. Maybe they'll try to do a similar thing to the first movie, but they'll try to give it a different spin, like King Vegeta was jealous of how strong Broly was as a baby, a small child, let's say. So he had to send him away in order not to steal the spotlight from his own spouse, Vegeta. I don't know. That's just my theory. An Orack theory! Retro says, young Paragus looks exactly the same. I like that. LMAO. That Berserk reference, haha. Yeah. I think you get what I mean. Oh, okay. I'll head on to Twitter for one moment to see what Boost is saying. Give me a sec. I just have closed the Twitter tab because I want to have a steady line, you know. Give me a second.
Come on and bring it, if you're not afraid. Come on and...
Okay, that was epic, Boost. Oh man. He basically just sent me a small animated portion of Dragon Ball Beyond, and that was awesome. I think you guys might have heard it too. Because I have my audio output capture and you most likely heard it too. Anyways. Awesome work again, Boost. You know I love your freaking animations. Yeah, and that was what I had to say about Paragus and King Vegeta. Now, I don't know, maybe what really interests me is how they're gonna phrase the reason Frieza is so determined to strike Saiyans down, because we'll have to remember that you have to keep it at least a bit consistent with you know, with the Namek Saga version of Frieza that said that he was afraid of the Super Saiyan legend and all those sort of stuff. So if you bring in the equation the Super Saiyan God, and Frieza mentions it in the movie, then it will be like some sort of a retcon and things will be more complicated, and that should not be the way the movie goes, but you know, a lot of retcons happen, so I don't know. Oh, and Boost has sent me even more small animated clips of Dragon Ball Beyond, and it's looking awesome. I won't spoil anything because I know you people will really like it, and even I don't know much stuff about Dragon Ball Beyond's plot. But yeah, those are some excellent frames, Boost. I really like them because you have those sort of smooth animations when it comes to characters talking, and in the Dragon Ball world, and especially in the Dragon Ball Super franchise, sometimes you would see like junky animation of a guy talking to another, which felt static. And I know it's anime and it's talking, how much dynamic can you make it, but Boost gets it, you know. As I said, go subscribe to Boost right now. Sorry, I'll go back to chat. So, Retro Ranter says, Beerus, the younger Beerus. I wonder if they'll go that route. I don't know, because we don't even know how old Beerus is, you know? And he's, I think he's, like mentioned in the series that he's really old, but nothing really specific. And also, I don't think we'll see young Beerus because, as you can remember, in Dragon Ball Super there was this flashback that Vegeta had of Beerus actually stomping down King Vegeta, and he was like Beerus as we all know him, so I don't think they'll change him. But yeah, just imagine if they do some shit like send Vegeta away while he was a little boy, like an infant, let's say, and then create like a plot hole between this and the Dragon Ball Super anime that had the flashback with King Vegeta and small Prince Vegeta. Oh, but this movie can really make some confusing timelines if it wants to, and I'm really not fond of that, but I'm just hopeful. You know, being optimistic is the key. Boy, talking in live streams can be pretty tiring. I usually record my videos for like tops 20 minutes or something like that, so it's easy peasy for me. But when I do live streams and have to talk like for mostly 1 hour or something like that, it can get pretty jarring. So, Retro says, yeah, he'd probably look the same, all things considered. My brain must be fried. Whether he will tell Frieza to destroy Planet Vegeta or if they'll go Namek Saga story-wise. Damn this movie. Yeah, I mean, I've talked to a lot of my university friends that are now absent from this chat about this movie, this movie's potential of being a real problem to the whole Dragon Ball timeline, canon, non-canon, whatever thing is going on. And I don't know, man. It can go really good, it can go bad, but my prediction as far as to how the audience, let's say, will react to this movie, I think they will probably freaking enjoy it to their delight, but it will still create some small plot holes, I'm sure of that. Retro says, same, when I game stream I often forget to talk and just monk out full of tiredness. Yeah. There are some times in the stream that I was like, wow, why haven't I spoken for this last minute? Like right now. I don't know, what else do you want to talk about the second movie trailer? I'm a bit out of ideas as you can imagine. So Retro says, well, we know how the community can react to draggable things. Many Twitter arguments on the horizon. Yeah, man, that's so true. I mean, I've always viewed draggable in a more casual lens. I mean, I'm a super fan of the series. I know many stuff about draggable, even though it doesn't really show. And I'm just a super fan, let's say. But I don't want to view draggable as this series that should be like should have extra emphasis on canon and what is going on, what is the correct timeline, and how things should be. Because in the end, Draggable Super and Draggable in general that will come out from here and onwards is a show that is primarily made for kids. It will most likely be on morning slots, and that's the reason that a lot of plot points and let's say high morale stuff that the anime tries to convey isn't going to be that deep as much as other series can do. But that's one of the reasons that I don't want not really get all this super angry like some guys on Twitter get. There's no point. I just enjoy Dragon Ball because it's Dragon Ball, and I loved it since I was freaking 6 years old or 5. I can't even remember. I was really little. Boost says, well, I have to go now again, man. Need to sleep. Was enjoying on stream with you guys. Bye. Bye, Boost. Have nice dreams. Also, I missed a message of Retro saying, do you think the art styles might be jarring when they change artists? It's the first time it will have such different looks. Like episodes get together. I love it all, it's all canon to me. Yeah, when we talk about Dragon Ball, well, it's not like Dragon Ball Super was super okay, that was a mouthful. It's not like Dragon Ball Super was super consistent with the art style, because we had, as you know, many animators working on the series. But I think, yes, it might be jarring, but it might get jarring, but I don't think that should be a bad thing, because now I don't want to really draw comparisons, but as someone said on Twitter, and I really like that, I can't remember who, these style changes that can be a bit jarring could remind us of One Punch Man, and how at one specific moment it could have like simple animation that it's okay to like extremely detailed and stroked lines, all this sort of stuff. And that seemed jarring, but again, it gave more seriousness to a situation, and that's what I think they'll try to do with this movie too. And at least I'm willing to give it a try. I don't know if it will be perfect or It will suck, but I think it can work. So Retro says, this is true, indeed movies usually keep the same look. Nope, not a bad thing at all. Oh, like One Punch? Nice. Takahashi sections will be my favorite though, I think, personally. Well, yeah, Takahashi is a pretty acclaimed animator from the Dragon Ball Super series, and even though he doesn't work for Toei Animation, at least from what I know, I think he's a freelance animator mostly. He's pretty known for his cuts in Dragon Ball Super and especially in the Tournament of Power arc. Don't remember, had he worked prior on the Dragon Ball Super series? I think not. I might be wrong. But yeah, Takahashi has a really distinct look that fits the movie quality professional look that something should have. And I remember when I first saw Takahashi shots in the Tournament of Power for, I think it was Goku Super Saiyan fighting against Berserk Gale, something like that. The details are a bit fuzzy, but it seemed so jarring at the moment when I saw Takahashi's art style. So I was like, okay, this is like a callback to the the Buu saga. Oh, what is going on? It was like movie quality, good animation, you know? And I was like, what the hell happened here? But yeah, I think it would be a good move to get Takahashi like a more usual to get him to work on the Dragon Ball franchise more often, you know. Retro says, my jaw dropped when I saw that style. Yeah, man. That's good. So good. I can't get enough of Takahashi style. And there are many good animators working on the movie. And we haven't even seen some cuts from them. Like, I think Sida or Tate, or maybe both of them, Tate, I don't know how his name is pronounced, are working on the film, but I think we haven't seen yet, frames or something like that from their animation art style. And if we liked what we saw from those trailers, I mean, oh man, I just get a fangasm. And this Kikuchi soundtrack we're listening to right now is freaking amazing. I really miss listening to Kikuchi's soundtrack. I really enjoyed it. And it was really underappreciated in my opinion. And not just because of the Faulkner production, but a lot of people didn't really get the chance, let's say, to listen to Kikuchi's soundtrack properly. Besides, well, I mean, if you liked it in the anime, probably you could search it up in the web as well. But I am a fan of many musicians that have worked on the Dragon Ball franchises, and Kikuchi is certainly on the top list. You can't go wrong, man, with his freaking soundtracks. And I remember back in January when I made like a vlog of the 1 year special, let's say, of the Orack channel. I said I wanted to make a Kikuchi style music track. And I don't think I am really on that level yet. It will really take time. Retro says, I didn't like the Japanese soundtrack when I was young. As I've grown up, it's fully grown on me. Well, yeah, sometimes it's it's just musical tastes. Um, yeah, most people won't like the same stuff, but I'm glad you enjoy it nowadays. Oh, why not, Mr. Retro? A collab would be nice. I should get you on the next live stream. We should do a live stream together. It would be fun. Because as you can see, I'm having a hard time talking on my own. Also, Retro says, I was what? I was too Faulkner score loving at that age. Well, yeah, it's reasonable. I mean, most of the uh, Faulkner tracks that really stick to you, like Gohan's Anger theme, um, and all those, anyways, famous Faulkner tracks, really stuck with you because they are not that complex. Comparing it to Enki Kutsu soundtrack, because they mostly feature basic music progressions that have been used in pop music, rock music, and all that sort of stuff. So it's definitely easier, let's say, to listen to it and enjoy it right away. Also, Retro says, "Ooh, yes, it's a delayed combo to be sure." It will be fun because we're gonna have a lot of delay and that will be amazing. Oh no, man, I don't know freaking anything. I just have a mouth and I use it. And just sit out words. That's all. I don't really know, like, I don't even know basic music theory. I had done some in school, but can't remember exact shit. But I'm just talking from experience and from what I trained my ear to listen to and focus. That's all. um, what else is there to say about the second trailer of Broly movie? We have covered the Frieza Force, the Ginyu Force, King Cold, Frieza, Paragus, Broly, Vegeta, Kid Goku, Bardock, Gine, and the list goes on. I don't know. Is there anything that something that changed your mind in the second trailer? Something that made you think like, oh, this movie's gonna be great or this movie's gonna suck? I don't care. I just wanna hear your opinions. And no one answered. That's okay. I don't think I will drag this stream on for too long. I think maybe 15 minutes more. I don't know. Something like that. If we've got anything else to say, we'll just say it. Oh, and I'm also gonna change the music for this live stream because the playlist is almost ended. Okay, let's go with a mega mix of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z soundtrack. This will be fun. Okay. And we've got new music right now. No worries, Retro. You are allowed to get a phone call, after all. It seems like it's you and me right now. So, Retro, do you have something like, did this second trailer like change your opinion about the movie in a negative or a positive way? And if so, in what way? By the way, if I was just a douchebag, I would just put on the stream and like have it stream music of King Gucci and all those sort of guys and just do nothing. Just have the music going on and on and on. And just getting that watch time. So anything else to say, guys? Oh, okay. Retro just sent a message. No. How dare they interrupt our great Sayakon conversation? In a good way. Seeing that amount of history sold me. If anything would put me off a bit, it's the retcon. Well, yeah, retcons usually spoil the things for us, but we'll just see what goes on. Oh, no problem, Todori. Don't worry. It's just that we don't I don't have like 1,000 subscribers to have many people in the live stream, so I just spew out questions and I wait for someone to answer. Retro says, LMAO, just go out for a few hours with the stream running. Well, if you think about it from a business point of view, if you're doing live streaming and you have 10 people, let's say, watch your stream, and you stream for an hour or so, you will then get 10 hours of watch time in one day. That's pretty quote-unquote OP. And if you remember the monetization's, let's say, rules, I mean, how you monetize your content is by achieving 1,000 subscribers and 400 or 4,000 hours of watch time in the span of 1 year. So it's a good strategy in a way to do those live streams. But yeah, they're fun, and I like talking to you guys, so I just hope the streams are freaking stable with my city internet, that's all. Oh, you haven't seen the trailer, Thodori? Then that's too bad. I can't really say anything on that one. I'll just say it's awesome, and it's already out with English subscribers. Oh my god, with English subtitles. So you can go and see that. It's like 1 minute and 30 seconds, something like that. And also you'll get to see a pink Frieza. Yep, that's a thing. Retro Rander says, ooh, well, you've just been lurking in Spoiler City with us. True. I mean, a lot of people use these live streams, like a background, you know, something that goes on in the background that do not really pay that much mind into it, so it's nice for some people to hear them. I usually do that with horror stories or creepypastas, and sometimes with podcasts too. Todori says, "Nah, I'm having fun listening to your opinions." Oh, thanks, man. And then Retro says, "It's really Frieza's lost brother, Pink Popsicle." Oh man, could you imagine that? Like, Frieza coming out of his spaceship and being like,
Well, hello there, Frieza Force. This is my brother, Popsicle.
that would be amazing. Oh man. Retro says, "Creepypastas all day. They help me sleep, LMAO." Man, I love your Frieza voice. Oh, thanks, man. I've worked a bit on my Frieza voice, that's why it sounds a bit good, a bit. And yeah, I agree, horror stories are my sleep medicine. Then Todori says, "Don't tell me that he's named Popsicle." I won't tell you that, but I could tell you that. I don't know. I'm being a jackass. What's really difficult to do is the Nappa voice, actually. And the Nappa voice from at least Team Forsters, which is like, "Hey, Vegeta! Vegeta!" Oh my god, it's really taxing on, on the voice to do that for, as you know, an extended time period. Come on, Todori, you thought like they would introduce Frieza's brother as Popsicle? Cooler would get mad. Retro says, "Oh my G, that's awesome, but I felt the strain just hearing that." Well, yeah, it does put some strain on the voice, but it's not that. My voice doesn't get as strained as it sounds. The really strainy, let's say, vocals that you can do, even for voice acting, that are really strainy, are death metal type shit. I mean, I had to do like Uzaru screaming in I have told you that a million times, but I had to do some Uzaru screams for a Greek fandub we were doing, and I was like screaming so loudly in a death metal voice that my voice actually sounded like it had a double filter. Yeah, it was really strange. But I mean, it's more than obvious that when someone talks like that, it's not that easy, you know. And thank you for the compliment, man. It's not that powerful, my voice, you know. Yeah, I mean, Retro says, "I can't wait for more of that dub." Well, yeah, it doesn't really help that it's in Greek for you, but it's almost complete actually, but we have some technical issues and, you know, small stuff that prevent us from completing it, let's say. But most of the lines have been recorded and they are pretty good, considering it's a fun project, you know. Retro says, "That Uzaru, holy, wow, it's fine, I come for the epic screams." Just imagine if I if I put on a live stream and it was just me doing power metal screaming, and you would be obligated to hear me. And Theodorus asks me, how's the dub going, by the way? It's going well. The Dragon Ball movie that we're fan dubbing is put, how can I say, in pause mode for a bit, and we're focusing on other projects that we do, mostly small anime clips that we just do fan dubs, and we're trying to fund up the whole No Game No Life series, but we don't know if we can do that. It's a serious time commitment, and most people don't really wanna do it, even if they say they wanna do it, so that's all. So there he says, be prepared for the copyright strikes. Yeah, and we definitely had our first copyright strike. We had uploaded on our Greek fandub channel a clip from Sword Art Online that my friend actually fandubbed the whole clip, but oh my god, I can't speak today. The enterprise that holds the rights to Sword Art Online, Kadokawa Anime, I think, striked us. No, they didn't strike us. They copyright claimed the video and they blocked it from all of the countries. And we were like, oh come on man, I mean, Toei has copyright claimed our Dragon Ball fandubs, but they have allowed us to have them public and for anyone to see, and we just can't make money off of it, which is okay. It's, expected. But I have filed like, let's say dispute, it's not really a dispute, but whatever, back to Kadokawa saying that it's just fair use and we're not making any money and we don't have any aim to have to make money out of it, and it's just a property made from fans for fans. And I'm just waiting for a response, but I don't think I'll get one, and probably the video will never go public. Yeah. And now the Bardock soundtrack kicked in. Oh yeah. Retro says, my video game soundtrack top 10s are banned in Germany. MB will never be able to watch it. Why? That's strange. Why Germany of all places? And then Retro says, you're doing it for passion. That's what it's about. Ooh, hell yeah, Bardock. Yeah, that's the spirit, man. And you could also say, alright! Well, we've completed 1 hour. Wow. And I didn't even feel it. Well, I just wanted to do the stream for a quick way, let's say, to get your guys' opinions on the second trailer that we saw from Broly movie. And I think we've accomplished our aim, so I think I'm gonna end it here. I still wanna live stream, maybe in the next days. I can't make any promise. If you want to keep up, I'm surely gonna post about it on Twitter. So yeah, I'm just gonna go offline. But before that, Retro wants me to do a majestic alright, so I'm gonna go with one. Alright! And I think that just clipped your mix, your earplugs, so I'm gonna go offline before the flag hits me. Bye bye guys, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. Goodbye.